Button is depressed.
So depressing.
Playing Stones.
Cough, cough, hack. Right on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. With two idiots misinterpreting the news so you don't have to. Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Les.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours. Because it's Thursday.
Thursday. That's
The
right.
week is almost over.
Thank goodness.
Oh, man. Ready for the weekend.
I'm always ready for the weekend. I'm ready for the weekend on Monday.
Yes.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, every day's a Monday for you.
Well, it's one of them things.
Yeah.
But greetings and welcome to the show today, boys and girls. It is Thursday, August 17th, 2023. The day that Elvis passed away.
Oh.
1977. I'll tell you what.
So does that mean I need to go take a bunch of drugs and sit on a toilet?
Yeah, and get your guns out and shoot your TVs and all that fun stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Kill
your TV. Kill your TV.
Always one of those days that I remember vividly because my father took me and my brother to Great Adventure out in New Jersey, the amusement park, for my birthday at the time back in '77.
Yeah.
And on the way home, before we hopped in the car, we called my mother, and my mother gave us the bad news. And to this day, my dad and I call each other every 17th of August and go, "You remember where you were standing that day when you heard the news?" Because we do. Yeah, it's just one of them things where my dad being a musician and a big fan of Elvis. It was just one of those devastating pieces of news that you hate hearing, but.
Oh,
It is
absolutely.
what it
I hate
is.
hearing it.
Long live the king of rock and roll.
Yes.
May he
I
never
mean,
be forgotten.
I have been to Graceland, but I was 2 when he died, so it meant nothing.
And
Or almost 2.
I almost got to Graceland just a couple of months ago when we took that trip to Arkansas. We had to pass right by, but Xavier and I missed it on the way home. We didn't see the sign. We saw the
Uh,
signs on the way in. We were going to stop by and take pictures and all that stuff on the way out, and we were probably just too exhausted, and we missed the signs on the way out. But yeah,
oopsies.
it is
Yeah.
what it is. I'll get there one of these days. I know I passed right by
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Hey man,
blasphemer.
I've been to Graceland, so
Elvis lives, blasphemer.
yeah. Yeah, it's
El-
a thing. It's a
Elvis
thing.
didn't die; he just went home, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like he was already at home, but yeah,
Oh
it's
no,
just one of those fun ones.
that's a movie quote. If anybody knows
Oh,
the movie,
was that from shit, the one
you,
where
you
the
know it, you know it. Come on,
uh uh Bubba Hotep? No, uh, fuck, I forget the name of the movie. What's the name of the movie?
it was Men in Black.
Men in Black. Okay,
Men in
okay,
Black.
yeah,
Elvis didn't die; he just went home.
yeah, Men in Black, because he was an alien, like all the other
Yeah,
cool celebrities. Yes. So it,
Conjure Dragon, what's going on? You got to say a big thank you out to Conjure Dragon. We'll get to that in just a moment, or should we just get right to that before we continue? Because there's been more motion on the agriculture topic, so I want to go revisit that. But
okay. Did I close it? No, I did not close it.
so
Okay.
you want to refresh that and stay at Majoria. But before we go there, I want to go to the topic that I put into Discord there today because this comes courtesy of our good buddy Conjure Dragon. And
Yes.
Conjure Dragon actually pointed out that SodaWiki has differences between revisions of
Yes.
different food items. And when I was looking for that yesterday to remember what the ingredient was, and the ingredient that was replaced was the sinew. That used to be the main ingredient was replaced with one
What word? What ingredient was replaced?
sinew, right?
Sin. What?
Sinew.
Okay.
Or do you pronounce it sinew? How do you pronounce it?
Sinew.
Yeah, sinew. Yeah, it's Brooklyn. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
You just didn't understand the Brooklynese version of it.
No, no, I understood it. It's just I was laughing at it.
I bet you are.
Sinew.
Yeah.
Okay, but so the old recipe was a chunk of coal, 8 sinew, 1 jar of vegetable stock, 1 onion, 1 lemon, 1 pepper.
Right.
Why is a chunk of coal inside of
Because you have to use it to
an
cook.
ingredient?
You're cooking, so you need a fuel source to cook.
But isn't your pot already heated?
It's part of the
I mean,
recipe.
I mean,
You got to put
hold
the
on, hold
coal
on.
in the oven to heat it up.
Hold on. Let's go back over here to the cooking station real quick
Oh, we got to
at
go
the
to the
back of
kitchen
your
for that.
house.
Yeah, we got to go
Yes,
into the kitchen.
it's the back of your house, right?
It's in the kitchen. Yeah, we actually have a kitchen in here, so you have to actually go in to the kitchen here.
Yeah. I mean, this thing already has fire and heat.
Right, but you need some extra fire and heat.
Here. So, I mean, and it's considered a light source. So why? But why? Whenever you're blacksmithing, do you need coal?
It's a good question.
I mean, you need heat, right?
That didn't work the way I was expected it.
I mean, blacksmithing doesn't require a fuel source, but cooking does
Yeah,
because you need
well,
that charcoal.
apparently so. But of course, let me look in here. Which is my food? It's my dragon stuff. So, how much sinew do I have in here? Which I probably have crap tons because it used to come from everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've only got 14,447 of them now that are totally useless to
Oh,
me. Yeah,
useless. Yeah.
yeah. Because I used
Okay.
to get
Well,
used to get it from just about every item that you would butcher, you would get it, and that made it quite useful in the recipes. So it really ticked me off
hold
when.
on. Let's see if how much I have. Nope, I only have 14.
Only 14 compared to my
in that
14,000. Yeah.
in that chest. Hey, the BMC recruiters moved even further into my lot.
Oh, really? I hadn't noticed that. I just ran by. Let me see.
Yeah,
How far is she now?
all
Oh
the way
hell!
over by the hot tub.
Look at her. She's taking some hot tub. Anybody
Yeah,
understands what we're talking about?
that
That
is not
that
on my lot.
that recruiter is placed on my lot. You can definitely see that they are, and that recruiter is actually placed like right over here on my lot. There she is. She's welcome. Let's go
Yeah,
ahead and
she's still there.
let's see. Pick up item to inventory. I don't have to be on your lot to do that.
No, you have to be on your lot.
Let's see. There was an error while updating the lot, so let me get over to my lot, see if I can't pick her up. There we go.
Okay, there she goes. Laz on his lot.
And we're going to place her back down. As you can see, she's going to be on my lot. And
And walks
automatically,
straight over to mine.
and she pops right on the jack slot. Yes, yeah. Pops right on the jack slot. I
Yeah.
gotta love how that works. Yeah. Gotta love how that
Yeah.
works. Because we're fixing things in game, folks. We're fixing things.
Yep. Yeah, got another. Stop.
As is picking up chicks the only way I know how. That's right.
Yes. But yes, so going back to the recipe, the new recipe has one chunk of coal, one big cat carcass, one jar of vegetable stock, one onion, one lemon, one pepper. And they did not change the skill, but that's what was changed from 8 sinew to one big cat carcass.
Yes.
Wow.
And yeah, and because they needed to use big cats for something instead, and made it that much harder to create a food item that was really useful in cooking. But gotta thank Conjure Dragon for pointing out that there are different ways to find this stuff, and there are differences between revisions that we can find out. This was changed, I guess, the in May 2021, so it's been actually the revision was February 2022. So
Well, that's when someone updated the
right,
page.
yeah, changed in release in 99. But
Yes.
good to know that you can go back and look at page revisions there for things that changed for such items. So
Yep.
It was always just
But
listening
yeah,
to me saying it. I don't get it, Tina.
context, Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we I didn't catch that yesterday. Then my bad.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was.
our
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Then did not catch that. But yeah, again, nice to know we can come back and look at this stuff and just yeah.
Well, it wasn't me. I don't pay attention to that shit because my cooking is only 74.
Hey, what do I have in
I,
cooking? Did I GM cooking? I'm sure I did.
yeah,
The cooking
because what
pot, yes.
the dragon stew requires like 90 or something like that.
Yeah, well, is again, let's point out the really big cooking skill of
Yeah, that
one.
skill tree.
Yeah, that the cooking skill tree
So
of
phenomenal.
one item. I think it's the only one that has a single item that, we never expanded on cooking. There you go. Here's
Yeah.
cooking. Here's cooking.
Yes.
Everything else has,
Here's
at
cooking.
least four. Here's cooking. No specialties, no nothing. Just yeah. And God forbid, fishing's got, six. But cooking, yes, cooking.
One. Hey
Yeah.
man, because they don't know the difference between like so Laz, you know how to do all the confections, right?
I guess, again,
Because you are a baker
oh well,
and you
not
it's
me.
like yeah.
Like, like I said, I stuck to three basic recipes, and now I'm down to two because I refuse to go hunting big cats.
I was going to go with you're in the real world you're down to three basic recipes. It's called grilled cheese sandwiches, hamburgers, and what else?
Oh, steaks.
Steaks. Oh, okay. Oh damn! I missed the trash can with Lily's hair. Hold
And
on.
of course, never knock the grilled cheese sandwich. The grilled cheese sandwich is a staple in life now. Come on.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I
Tina knows. Tina knows now.
yeah.
Laz cooks a pretty good steak. How big were those steaks,
Okay.
Tina? Those fuckers were huge. Matter of fact, let's take a look at how big those steaks were. I got pictures of
Yeah.
those bad boys. Hold on here.
Gouda? No.
I forget if I actually took a picture of the actual raw steaks, but
Oh. But going back to Majoria's comment.
hold
Anyway,
on.
no.
Hold, hold,
Okay.
hold on.
You're looking for pictures of steaks.
We got to get pictures of the steaks.
Did I ever send you that picture of my freezer that's in my garage?
Oh yeah, full of all
The one that's
the
full of
half cow.
cow?
Yeah.
Yeah. So much cow that I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, here was yeah, I'll share this with you so you can actually see it yourself. I'll share that one, and I'll put this up on screen here so everybody can see it. And with some big ass steaks, the size of those bad boys. And then of course Zeke going full hog with his. Zeke just picked his up and said, screw the fork and knife. I'm just eating it with my hands."
It looks like a steak
Yes.
with the Coors Banquet.
Of course,
Wow.
man. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
have a real beer to go with the
The banquet beer.
oh yeah, Coors Banquet, New York strip steak, baked potato, corn on the cob. Let's see. Are there any other
Is that
steak pictures in there?
squash?
Yes, it is. I think that was Tina. Tina's doing right, Tina.
Okay. So I'll eat the steak and the baked potato, but I'm seeing a lack of different things on that baked potato. Like there's no bacon on it. There's no cheese. There's no let's see, some chives.
I did not do the shopping, so all we had was the butter and
Okay.
sour cream.
Okay, butter and sour cream. I
Yeah.
mean, it'll do in a pinch, but
I bought the sour cream.
Yeah,
Okay.
how are those steaks, Lomir? Lomir had one of them steaks too.
Mighty tasty.
Mighty tasty. And then let's go ahead and put this one up there because we'll put one more picture up there, which was I gotta move this over here. I'll throw this one in there as the Lomir, Xavier, Thradia, and the Chad.
nice.
Yeah, you can see Thradia's got a smile on her face because she had a really big steak too. But anyway, moving right along. Moving right along, let's get back to the topic at hand. And the topic at hand was agriculture back in the game from yesterday.
Yes.
And we were at Majoria's post.
Okay. Agriculture back in the game. How much of I believe we covered the first couple of
Start at the
paragraphs.
top. Start at the top.
Hi, Time Lord. Good, so good to see you. I'm not quite sure what I got. What happened to forsake you? Some changes were made to the cooking recipes to make each recipe viable. You know how you could eat two foods for buffs? Well, now with changes to how food works into growing into different ingredients for foods to cook, so you can mix and match to a total of 6 food slots, combining different foods eaten for buffs. For example, now food slots use slots as shown in this post by Elrond.
Which means you can still only eat 2 fucking foods most of the time, but we're not going to talk about that.
Can I eat 6 apples?
Sure.
Notice where the foods show the amount of slots they use. One problem I see with the system is that now that we have the point system to fill what we eat, is that the times listed for how long each food buff lasts is less relevant, since in my opinion, the point is to make all foods viable, thus making all ingredients we grow and hunt all viable. So in my opinion, that change was very awesome and more in line with the kind of complexity and detail I always wanted for the game. Yes, we need more, especially in agriculture. We do need to have fertilizer implemented in wilting plants. So if we don't take care of them, and we need to simplify the growing times and provide more and interesting tool tips regarding what we are growing, like show the wilting, or say your plant is wilted, it is bug ridden, needs bug spray, or it is wilted because it needs fertilizer, water, etc. Lots more details to give it interest.
Sure, just what we need, Monsanto.
Man, wasn't fertilizer discussed like 8 years ago?
We're still waiting for that inclusion.
Yeah.
Still waiting for it. But so far, nothing of what she said is on topic. So
Nothing related to agriculture. Anyway, now things are working a bit differently around here since we have so very few devs. Old threads with wish list ideas are not as viable anymore, in my opinion. So if you would like
78
to
pages of them.
So if you'd like to remind the devs and get players involved, my suggestion is create a detailed wish list for agriculture ideas you have and get that out there. Well, if you no, see, it's one wish list per thread, not one re-engineer an entire
Oh,
system.
we're going to talk about that too. That's a funny one,
Oh,
since you mentioned that.
okay. Okay. Well, if you're interested in that road, I know we have each done a tremendous amount of very detailed ideas for this game along the way. And it's easy to think of giving up and saying it's not worth it or won't help, but we still have a few dedicated devs who are trying to do what they can to make the game the best it can. If something is doable and worth it to do, then hopefully it can get done. Never in a million years did I think the food system would be made over. And in my opinion, it's interesting. There were no skills added to the cooking tree, but that could happen one day since it does need a couple of additions. I understand the hesitation since one change affects many things. So that probably makes some choices not too viable to do. From the grapevine, I'm hearing we shall soon start seeing treasure maps and functions come into the game. Yeah.
Wait, where did she hear
Now,
that from? There's never been an announcement on that.
I mean, she might be messaging the devs independently.
No, she probably listening to our show.
Well, I mean, treasure maps are coming in like in the next in quarter 4 of you pick
Well,
the
you know,
year.
we sort of, speculated on that with that new shovel that everybody was going around whacking people with. That we have a new shovel, but we have nothing for the shovel to do except be a bludgeon weapon at this point in time and a decoration item.
Yeah.
So one could only assume that treasure maps are coming in.
Yeah. It's gonna. We hope. We hope for something, man.
Because yes, we have a shovel, so we can shovel a lot of something, but it ain't treasure maps at this point.
No.
Gotta have those high top boots on.
Now, here's hoping the new treasure map system will not be a grind fest and have interesting details like a dig animation with a shovel and reminiscent of UO, Risen, etc. Anyway, here's, as always, wishing for the best, and to all those still around, cheers and best wishes.
Yeah. So how about you stick to the point in topic? How
Agriculture.
is fucked. Yeah.
Agriculture. The cost of the plant side of most of the better foods is trivial next to the cost of the dragon haunches or other specialty items needed. You can buy your onions from a player to save 5 to 10% of your food item, but due to how the economy leveling system works, I found pre-cooked food for even cheaper than the cost of the ingredients more often than not. Because
Who's ever
people
said
sell
anything
shit
about
at a
that?
loss.
Yeah. Who's ever talked about something like that? Yeah. Well, I'm going to say again, one of the reasons why I sell dragon stew, and he's talking about the cost of dragon haunches. Let me go over here. What is the official price right now on dragon haunches? It was extremely high at one point. Dragon. Let me search dragon. Really? I can't search the spreadsheet for dragon? That sucks. I have to do it. I have to do it manually here. Fishing, common fish, foraging, forestry, no. Mining, no. Gotta be up top there. Dragon neck bone. Where are haunches?
I don't know.
That's a looted item. That's not a looted item. Okay, it's got to be here then. Dragon haunch. Currently, the going VMC price is 200. At one point, it was up to about 6,000 for dragon haunches when they were really rare, and it steadied out at around 1 to 2,000 depending on who you were getting it for. And I always told people I'm not paying that kind of money, and I would make bulk deals to get it down as low as cost as possible. And even at 200 now, that's probably the lowest price, even lower than what I was paying. Condra says, you have so many sinews lying around, why not throw 150 each into storage containers to take them? Because I don't play that game. As I keep all my resources. I don't just give them away for a little piddly shit. Eventually, I will find the use for them. Or they will sit there and rot.
It's gonna
But
do
yeah,
stuff.
I am not the daily quest type of guy that needs to do that to keep myself occupied. I am a merchant. I sell items, I trade items, I buy items, but I don't give items away for quests and dailies because, yeah. Yes, yummy rotten sinew.
He is merchant. Hear him.
Roar. That's right.
Yep. Stuff. The cost of the plant side of most of the better foods is.
You already read that whole one.
Yeah, we're already. But sell shit for under cost, which is ridiculous. There was once a time you could farm heavily and unload your crops to NPC vendors for substantial profits. The devs rightfully nerfed that while also scaling back what produce you could buy from NPC vendors. Though they've since walked back that last perk, I guess it comes down to what you consider viable. Unfortunately, I think that holds true to nearly all crafting, cooking, and soda. If you're trying to sell your crafted goods, it'll be really hard to find to make a profit if you don't gather or grow everything needed yourself.
Not true.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the natural outcome of design decisions made ages ago, reinforced by the very early design of the skill system. Traditional economics don't really have an answer for how to run an economy when there's near unlimited pressure to overproduce specific goods to the point that there are many so underproduced they never see the light of day.
Indeed. And before we go moving on,
Oh,
you know what time it is?
It's time. Ooh. 2 people in. 2 people. Lomir getting a bundle.
Hey, Lomir.
Yay,
Let's see who's
Lomir.
getting one on my side. Conjure Dragon getting it on my side. Congratulations. Let's not forget to reopen those giveaways.
Yes. There you go. Congratulations, Lomir.
You.
And then
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Then Time Lord pointing out that they didn't nerf cotton, which is the largest cash from NPC crop to plant. All other crops that made less through NPC than cotton were taken from the game, making everyone who does agriculture cotton farmers only. Despite that, all other crops made far less money when sold to an NPC. It is because math matters that the argument that all these other crops, other than the most profitable, cotton, was taken away for economic reasons. There was no economic reason. All those crops that profited less than cotton to NPC were taken from financial viability. The only thing they took from agriculture when they took that from our game was reality immersion as a farmer, forcing farmers to all become cooks or cotton farmers. They turned everyone who wanted to farm into cotton slaves, which was then and still is to today the largest for NPC profit crop.
Yeah, why do we allow that?
Shroud math.
Yeah,
Adam Crow with
Adam Crow. Did you read what Time Lord just fucking said, or are you fucking deep?
did
Hello.
did you read all the responses? You missed a lot. Go back and check it out. To sum it up, the doves take away an easy way to make gold and making it more interesting. You actually make more gold now, too. Lol. What are you complaining about? It's kind of a weird and just shows you aren't really playing the game.
Time Lord just told you that cotton is the most profitable crop
Yeah.
that's still in the game, and they took away the lesser profits of all the other ones. Hello,
Yes.
Adam. Were you paying attention to what he just said? Just
Hey,
curious.
Burrs Malley with the comeback. Time
Yeah.
Lord is one of the original stands for the game. If you're dismissing him from the honored roles. As to your point, yes, farming was broken, kind of still is from the exploitation of cotton, but it was slow to receive the nerf hammer because farming at scales requires vast amounts of land, which takes deeds, which typically means crowns. So generally the issue has to be pretty bad to upset that apple cart. When Catnip, I think it was Catnip then, applied that nerf, the deal was that farmers would still be able to sell plenty of produce since cooking ingredients merchants had their list of products drastically reduced, meaning players would have to turn to them and not be able to cook the good meals. The second part of the change got walked back at some point. I'm not sure when. It was a change that drove me away from the game at the time. But that first part didn't also get reversed, so produce farmers got hosed with no real upside. I always assumed whiskey worked the same. It has tolerable gold value for the amount of barley grown. The amount of whiskey on player vendors was woefully short to cover it all.
Indeed. I'm going to hit that refresh button one more time just to see if anybody else added anything else, which
that was today
not.
at 7:00. No. But it is one where remember Chris tried to say that Crowns of the Obsidian were a reflection of the in-game economy.
Nope.
It's like, no, that's a premium currency used to buy like virtual assets. It has no connection whatsoever to the in-game economy, which is the in-game gold. And considering that 7 million gold is removed a month and what 30 something million is created a day.
Stupid amounts. Yes. We know that the balance is way off.
Yeah. That's one where it's like, shit. Like at the very beginning of live, it's like people were paying like $100 for 100,000 gold. Now it's like you can get like millions for like $10.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah,
actually,
it's
it was about $100 a million, not 100,000. I used to get $10 for 100,000.
No, I'm like talking like right after release.
Oh well, yeah. And of course, the talk here about the NPCs losing their stuff, forcing you to have to go to gaming player farmers, where they went and took all those items that you could normally buy off of the NPCs just out of the game altogether, sort of made that even more hurtful. And the ones that they did keep in, like pecan nuts, they raised the price so high. And we added them to squirrels, so you had to go kill harmless little squirrels if you wanted to get them for free or farm them, instead of giving us a way to actually, like grow some like hazelnuts or something like that, or grow pecan nuts, because. But in-game economies are all solo. Everyone is their own provider for goods and services. They need to limit our skill points, I think, so that we couldn't do everything for ourselves. So something Jack's been saying for a long time there. It goes back to the UO days when you wanted something fixed like your armor, you had to find out that really good blacksmith. Because more likely than not, you didn't. Yeah, poor squirrels. I know, Tina. If you wanted to be something, some kind of fighter out there, you didn't waste your skills on blacksmithy, or you bought a new account so that you can create your own blacksmith, which I know some people actually did. And again, that would just be what happens here. Some people would actually just get another account. I mean, Jack and I each have about what 10 accounts each. I know I've got 10. How
something
many
like
do you
that.
have?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Something,
So even if we were limited on that, we would have an alchemist, we would have a cook, we would have a blacksmith, we would have a Fletcher. We would have
yeah.
one of each character to do what we needed to do. Does that take a little bit more time? No, not really. The only time it really takes is just a log between the characters.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like what would happen to the game if they limited like the adventurer skill points to like uh 2,000 or something like that, or 1,500. So that
Oh,
way
you
it's
mean
like you
like
had to.
actually on like the paper doll adventurer skill
Oh yeah,
points?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Or in total, it's like you're limited to like 1,500 points,
oh,
which
I've
means
got
you get to choose 1,500 or
200.
15 skills that you
Yeah.
would GM.
Oh, I got you. Not actually there, but actually here on these
Yeah,
points, So you
yeah,
would be limited. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Well,
yeah.
that would really keep you down to a really. I mean, it'd have to be a more realistic number because with you
No,
know, yeah. I mean, come on,
I
is I've got 1181 just in range, and I've got 1171 in life. So I mean, I've got
so
1800. I got 1800 in strategy. If you were stuck at 1500, you wouldn't even be able to fill out a tree for crying out loud.
well, you'd be able to fill out one tree, but you would actually have to completely adjust your gaming and figure out what you're going to do, which means that
Right. I've got almost
you might
2000 in
need someone.
taming. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
Let's see.
hey,
Let's see. Two, three, four. I've got about 6,000 in
that,
one, two,
but
three, four, five skills. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, 1,500 was Again, you need a more realistic
hey,
number,
man,
maybe
I'm just 2,000.
5 or 6.
No,
But
no. See, but that's when you've got like 5 trees filled up.
well, again, I'm almost at
So you want
2,000 on taming, and I can hit that 2,000 by pumping other GMs up to 120s. I mean, I've got,
well,
let's see, one,
yeah,
two, three. I
but
got three
you've
skills
got
that are
shit.
just about 100. So if I push those all up to 120, I would be a lot closer. Let alone 140
Yeah,
on
but
all these
you wouldn't
skills.
want it. You want people to actually make decisions on which skills they're actually investing points in.
I understand that, but
Hey, but
possibly having 2,000 and one with a specialization, you're limiting people to just one skill. Period. That means if you go
so
for if you go for taming, that means there's no magic, there's no healing, there's no defensive, there's no
so
fighting, there's no nothing. You're just a fucking
so
sucker who can tame. Yeah, well, you got to give
yeah,
people more balance
that
than
that
that.
that no, that means that like if you actually change the dynamics of how people hunt, and that means that hey, you're going to have like okay, I've got this tamer that's awesome DPS, but you end up forcing people to diversify their party instead of uh hey, I'm a little bit of everything.
Right, but let me put it to you
You
this
can
way, okay?
you're uber
If
on one thing, but you're
right,
not uber in
right.
lots.
So I'm a
So
tamer,
you would
and I,
have
I use all my points to my taming skill. So I can't
yeah,
fight, I can't defend myself, I can't do nothing else. Okay. So I need to hire
yeah,
fighters and defensive people to help me go tame. Now, that means I'm also the only person that can use my tame animals and gives me no outlet to sell those animals, no outlet for my skills whatsoever because nobody else can use them because the guys who are fighting for me can't use
hey,
taming because they're not tamers. And that just totally blows the dynamic out of the fucking water.
not
Uh,
even.
What do you mean
Not
not
even
even?
if they decided to be a more balanced player than someone who invested all their skill points in one tree, you end up with uh, having to go through and use skills like use potions and do everything else. Yeah, and Bridge Trill's like, or Laz, or you can have the great economy and community that you have now. It's like, yeah, you have to like do something to where people are making conscious decisions on
I
which skills that
understand
they
that,
have.
but you can't
And
limit them that tightly, is all I'm saying. Because
yeah,
if
you
there's
can.
if there's a fighter, all he can do is fight. He can't do anything else. So you need a healer, and the healer can only heal.
So,
He can't fight. Uh, so your healer dies because there isn't an alternate healer, and nobody can res the healer because y'all fucked up, and your game's over. I'm sorry, just that's too
hey,
tough. I mean,
that means that people have to
you,
make hard decisions,
you
which
might as well
means
just go
Matt.
permadeath. You might as well just go permadeath at that point.
Hey, limit makes Conjure Dragon. A limit makes sense to prevent players being able to do everything, but 2,000 is just too low to even limit a player to half of the possible schools. And healers heal better when they do not kill anything lately.
That's been the case forever.
Yeah. Laz, everyone can fight as well as they choose to. Some people will live in town.
Yeah, like me. But if I
Yeah.
choose to go out and fight, I can.
Hey, but you have to like
If I choose
set
to hunt for a living, I
a
can.
harsh you have to set a harsh
Well,
limit
that's
to
what I'm
where
saying. Your limit is too harsh, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
eh,
Yeah, yeah.
you test it out. Test it out.
Well, I'm still waiting for full loot PvP. When we test that out, then we can test all the other stuff out. You know what I'm saying,
Or
brother?
even a faction system within PvP and all kinds
Yeah,
of other
yeah.
shit. Yeah. But I mean, it's yeah. But we got a little bit off topic, but hey man, it's all good.
It's all good. Good.
We didn't have any plans today, really.
Oh, we did. Those were the
Okay.
plans. But
Oh, that was the plans.
talking about hitting on the earlier topic, we're going to go revisit a topic also by Conjure Dragon
Which
about
one?
those wish list requests, which this wasn't a wish list request. This is submitted, S-Guard.
Okay. Estgard. Yes, submitted.
And you remember when we covered this story
Yes.
and we were picking on Conjure Dragon?
Yes.
Conjure Dragon went ahead and he put all these bug reports into the game. As you slowly roll down, we get a reply from Sanyo. And the reply from Sanyo is
Here's the single ticket. Issue 71636.
I know, read the comments.
Thanks for the suggestions. Issue
Yeah.
71636.
Hello, these were not suggestions. These were fucking bug reports. They're in the bug report forum. They're not suggestions. They're not wish lists, Sanyo. Come on, dude. Okay, thanks for the suggestions. No, I mean, this is where we go off track sometimes. Um, I don't think he actually realized that these are all bug reports. It's under bug reports, world building, scenes, environment, and the overworld. Corner not accessible. Neither is the door on the ground. Adventure trainer stands around an empty corner. Blacksmith has a smelting station, but no blacksmith station to actually do his job. Two adventure trainers, in a single area. I understand the bank's point of interest sign is, a
Yeah.
different one, but these are not suggestions, dude. These are
Yep.
bugs. But like I said earlier, making the list of things and, submitting them, this is the kind of response you get from the dev team. Thanks for the suggestions. And again, he did Jira it. So I'll give Sanyo that it did get a JIRA. It didn't just get a hey, thanks for that information. But these are not suggestions. These are problems. So I had to point that out because when I read the thanks for suggestions part, I was like, did he really read, what that was all about? Or
He created the tickets. That's about it.
yeah, yeah. Is what's Spiritual saying? Did it mean anything to any of us that the thread got a ticket number? Jira
Yeah,
tickets are a
Jira tickets
graveyard,
are a
not a
graveyard,
solution.
not a solution.
Well, it depends. Did you donate to the stream with the Jira ticket? Then maybe there's no bug fix, only Zulu. Yeah, well,
Yes.
Conjure Dragon Bridge Trolls hitting on the point that we hit on a lot of times. If we go back to, let's go back to these last release notes here. A lot of times you'll notice in the release notes, and we point it out all the time. Let's go down here that they add the JIRA number and the ticket numbers of what they're fixing, usually at the end of these. And you'll notice that most of these are in the 71,000 area. Whereas, all of a sudden, then we'll see a jump down to like 20,000, which means that, like here, like, graded map, down at 58,000 when all the other ones, for the crags. And again, this is one of them things where, we know that most of these places had maps, but again, they're working in the 71,000s for the most part, as you can see listed here. But occasionally, like I said, we'll see one slip in with 58,000, 21,000, and we pay attention to these numbers just to see how long it's been sitting around because those really older tickets are way fucking old. So at this point, let's just take a number 71.5 here on this one. So 71,636 ain't too far off considering at 71.5 is, the average of where they are. Let's see, 71,506, 71,527, 71,532, 71,510, 71,510, 09, 75,44, 75,16, 47, 23, 22. So, they're not too far off, 49. So the highest one I see there so far is 49. As I'm looking down just to verify that. So, at 803, 503.
It's stuff.
Yeah. And then of course right above this other one, 70, 7896. So we keep a close eye on little things like that just because it is. So realistically, this should come up soon enough for these fixes. Yeah, you would think. 71. Yeah, so there's only about 1,500 JIRAs between the two, if we can get that fixed. Yeah, well,
Stuff.
again, we're already at the point where the latest long-term release already outdates the update they're doing. The latest long-term release is what, 2022 now?
Yeah.
So they're already outdated on that update, and as far as I'm concerned, we might as well just forget that update and try and catch up. But every time they try and catch up to Unity versioning, they're going to be behind the eight ball at this point because again, we're waiting, and for as long as it's taking for this Unity catch up, again, we're already out of date. The latest long-term release happened just this past month or so, where they moved to that new long-term release, making the old one that we're trying to upgrade this game to just pretty out of date already. So But we'll see if they get that in, and then maybe if they'll try. You would think that, and again, I've seen this happen with UO emulators. When the emulator team decides to update their code, and you had a perfectly running code set with a shard, and then you try and upgrade to the new code set, everything gets screwed because the developers of the emulator decided to screw with the foundations instead of just keeping them straight in line update. So half the shit that you had doesn't compile anymore, doesn't work anymore, doesn't function properly anymore, and then that means the game maker has got to go back and rewrite that code, rewrite that stuff, recompile it all, figure out why it's not working with the new code, and it becomes a pain in the ass.
Yes, we're going to be on Unity 2018 forever.
Yeah, which is one of them things that I know it happens from time to time, but Unity should be a little bit more thoughtful about how they upgrade their source code so that game manufacturers can just literally just what's that word I'm looking for? I just used it. Compile their scripts into the new source code, and everything should work properly. But unfortunately, that's not the play. That's not the Unity ketchup. Sounds tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, Tina. I know you're at work. I know most of you folks are at work.
Oh, yeah.
I know Thradia listens in from work these days because she can on her new job. And of course, Jack's always working, even though he's here on stream. He's always looking at that computer, which is the work laptop. Yeah. Jack's always got issues. Of course, thankfully, no phone calls lately.
Oh, shit. Yesterday's. Fuck.
Yeah. I know. Right before the show, there was that quick phone call that just you were on and off of.
Yeah. Then I got off the phone like 10:30, 11 o'clock last night.
Bridge Troll, I was sort of alluding to that as well. I just didn't come out and say it. But it's a little of both actually. The code you write and the what is the number one rule of Unity, Jack? You want to remind everybody what the number one rule of Unity is again? What do we do upon every pass?
Optimize.
Oh yes, optimize at every pass. Did we do that with Shroud of the Avatar?
No.
Yeah, no.
Optimize and LODs. Optimize and LODs. Optimize and LODs.
What version is Owl's Head still built under?
Yeah.
Owl's Head is so outdated, I don't think it'll ever catch up. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. So.
How about them Dodgers? More money, more money, more money. You mean no money, no money, no money is what you really mean, right?
Yep.
But enough about all that. You know what it is time to do, though, Jack?
It's time for us to get out of here.
That's right. Time for us to wrap up today's show and get ready to head into the weekend tomorrow with Fruck Awesome Friday right here on NBNN. But before we do that,
on Friday.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
31 Fox. 31 Fox is, what's your in-game name? I forgot.
31 Fox.
Yeah. Dun, dun,
And
dun,
we
dun.
have Conjure Dragon winning again on my side. So, Mr. Fletcher, congratulations to you. You're going to get yourself a second streamer bundle today.
Yeah.
And happy to send it out to you.
Yay. Oh. And then streamer bundle or Steam key is going to be going to Super Drap Forever.
Super Drap.
Who's getting a copy of Noito Love 2.
What?
Devolution. Devolution. Oh man. Are you saying that you want this game? Noito Love 2? The real question is there's that. Here, let's go look at Steam. And is this like an actual? I have no idea what this game is. We just buy them and no E2 love. Oh, $5. A century after the legendary boy Noito Love. Oh, it's just the character's name. Noito Love.
Noito Love.
There's no loving in this game. Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to pick out the final game key giveaway winner. And that winner is going to be Bridge Troll, Bridget Royal. You're going to get a copy of Shred 2 FT Sam Pilgrim. I don't know what the FT means. It's not Fort because it's a bike riding game. And it doesn't tell you what FT Sam Pilgrim means, but that game is worth $9.99 on Steam and going out to Bridge Troll. So congratulations, Bridge. And of course, thank you all for joining us here each and every day. We do appreciate you all. We all love you guys. And of course, thanks for joining us here. Nom nom, I miss my Doritos. But we'll be back with more tomorrow here.
Did we get 31 Fox's in-game character?
I don't think you did.
30. Okay.
But till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.